Either way, I saw it, and it's like it instantly brought me back to when I was a kid. But before I get into that, let me go ahead and read you my little organized script to bring you up to date. Whether, like I said, whether you're an old head like me and you remember ALF, or you're a newbie, new generation that listens to our podcast, which we appreciate, and you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. So let me catch you up real quick. You already know what it is. Geeked out. It's your boy Chance.
Yo, what up, Geeked Out? It's your favorite Rebel Rook in the building.
It's Doughboy Fresh, aka Fresh Daily, aka DBF, baby. Please say the baby.
You are now tuned in
to Geeked Out. Same pod. Same squad.
You already know what it is. Your boy Chance. Back again. The Geeked Out podcast. Just me solo today. So we're going to do a little quick, I don't know, 5 to 8 minute clip for y'all. But I recently came up on this show. Usually, I don't know if you guys do it, but I usually go on the Roku channel. I do it online. I don't know if you can do it on like your TV or anything. But if you can, put it in the comments or wherever you listen to this, let me know. But I usually do it on my Mac. So I'm not sure if you can do this on streaming or anything. But I would imagine you could, because it's the Roku, right? So you would get a Roku stick, probably. Anyway, doesn't matter. Point is, I usually watch Rules of Engagement to fall asleep because I've seen it numerous times. It's funny. I love it. It's sarcastic. So, as I was watching, falling asleep, passing out, I wake up midnight, maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Had to take a piss. I come back, lay down, so I can go back to sleep. Look at my Mac, just to see if I can laugh a little before I fall asleep. And guess what I see on TV? If you're from the 80s or 90s, no, I think it went to the 90s. Then you might remember ALF. I think it first aired 1986, I believe. 1986 to 1990. That would be a 4-year run, and that would put me at 6 years old. Either way, I saw it, and it's like it instantly brought me back to when I was a kid. But before I get into that, let me go ahead and read you my little organized script to bring you up to date. Whether, like I said, whether you're an old head like me and you remember ALF, or you're a newbie, new generation that listens to our podcast, which we appreciate, and you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. So let me catch you up real quick. Today, I'm taking it way back, like I just said. A time when sitcoms were weird, practical effects ruled television, and somehow America fell in love with sarcastic alien who wanted to eat the family cat. Again, I'm talking about ALF. If you grew up in the 80s, early 90s, you already know this show. If you didn't, like I said, I'm here to introduce you, so buckle up. What was ALF? Oh, I was right. ALF premiered in 1986 and ran until 1990. If you don't know, I'm pretty sure it's easy to figure it out, but ALF stood for Alien Life Form. What was the whole point of the show? How did it start? This is the pilot. A spaceship crashes into the garage of a normal suburban family, which you get to know to be the Tanners. And inside that wreckage is this furry, hairy, wisecracking alien from the planet Melmac. And instead of calling the government, they hide him in the house. And that's it. That's pretty much the show. They come into the garage. Well, I think Willie? Willie comes into the garage. He sees him. The rest of the family runs in, and the rest of the family, by that, will be Willie, the father, Kate, the mom, Lynn, the daughter, and Brian, the little kid. They all rush into the garage, and they see it, and they're like, what the hell is going on? And then they take him out the spaceship. They drag him into the house. They put him on the coffee table, and then they're pretty much in all excitement of what the hell is this? Which, in retrospect, watching it now at 46, I'm like, how would they even take an alien out of his ship and just put him in their house on top of the coffee table like nothing? Like they're not in fear of what this animal could do, what this creature is, what it could be, if it has a disease, if it's crazy, if it's gonna like just go Cujo on them, just mad passive. But that's pretty much how the show starts. And then the rest of it is, you know, everyday episodes. What made it cool at the time was at one point he was shot different ways. At one point he was shot like a puppet, and then another point I believe there was someone that was 2'9" that actually wore a costume at times and did the whole like moving around when they had moving around scenes. But what makes it important, like I said, back in, my days, again, if you're an old head, there was no CGI. There was no motion capture. It was just a full animatronic puppet on a stage floor, or again, it was a human that they got that was 2'9" that was donning this suit. And the suit didn't look bad for 1986. It didn't look bad at all. Why do I think I loved Alf? I don't know if it was the show so much because obviously, again, I was six. I think it was him. Like he was sarcastic, he was funny. At the time, he was cute, but again, if you look at him now, he's not very cute. Um, but for me, and it's weird because I kind of compare this to my daughter. She's 12 now, but ever since she was little and I can remember, she had Stitch. And we all know Lilo and Stitch, whether you're old or young, you know Lilo and Stitch. My daughter has the same Stitch doll that she had as a baby to this day. Will not let it go. Love Stitch. Obviously, as she's 12, she's growing into other things, so she's not as close to Stitch, but she still won't let it go. And it pretty much reminds me of the way that I was with Alf. I got an Alf stuffed animal. I did not let that thing go. He was my best friend, and as dark or traumatic as this may sound, it's like the only memory besides music that I can remember that generally made me feel good. That I have happy moments thinking about watching the show, holding my stuffed animal, being with it, taking it everywhere with me. Now, again, I promise you, I'm not trying to get dark, but if you grew up in the 80s, 90s, you already know. You came from the old school parents. Talking really wasn't the thing. So, there was a lot of extra rough parenting back then. So, not saying I was abused, 'cause definitely not. But I'm just saying, you go through those certain situations. And I just remember always having Alf with me. So during those moments or during those times or the after, I just always remember like I said, I remember Alf like just being my best friend to cry to hold, to talk to joke, to use my imagination to create scenarios, create adventures for us to do to the point that it was so real. Not only did I eat with him and take him everywhere, like I said, but my aunt made a sweater for him that said Alf. And I put him on like a t-shirt and he had that forever. And unfortunately, at some point, I lost that Alf doll, which sucks. But I said it to say, accidentally coming across the show again, not knowing that it was actually on a platform, it is amazing how it brought everything back. The feeling, the nostalgia. Like I can remember where I was, which is crazy because again, I was six. I can remember just watching the episodes. Like I can remember when I got Alf. It's just, it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy. But I'm rewatching the show now, which is the point. I can obviously see through different lenses. So, like I said, taking him out of the ship is kind of, it's kind of weird, but cool. So the playback value doesn't make me think that I was the smartest at the time. But again, you're six. It was funny. It was cute. Something simple for me. I'm still gonna continue to watch it because, like I said, for some reason, it brings back memories. It makes me feel good. It reminds me of my family. It reminds me of like my grandma. It just reminds me of a time when everything was cool. Everything was fun. Everything was smiles. But I also seem to find that they have it in certain places online. So I will be getting another Alf doll, and it is going to be magnificent. And we will show it on the podcast. Again, if you're only listening to audio, which we definitely appreciate, which if that is Spotify, Apple, iHeart, or wherever you get your audio platforms, I do appreciate it. But if you do watch us on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, the Geeked Out Podcast, then I will show you Alf when I get him. Or you can do our TikTok, which is Geeked Out Podcast. Or again, I'm sorry for all the plugs. Instagram is Geeked Out TV. And lastly, Twitter is Geeked Out TV X. I will show a video or a picture of Alf, and I will definitely bring him on the show when we have a show and I get him. And you will see that he will probably be in my fucking background every time because I will love him. I don't know if you remember that Bugs Bunny. Not Bugs Bunny. Was it Bugs Bunny? But it was one of those cartoons. Not sure it was Bugs Bunny, but it was the big monster, and he had a rabbit. Could have been Bugs Bunny, and he would bring him in, and he would be like, and I will hold him, and I will love him, and I will pet him forever. That is what I'm going to do with Alf because I remember him. I love him. I will love him again. And it sounds mad crazy, and I know it, but hey, bear with me. If there's something, this, you know what the whole point of this is? I hope you can find something like I just refound Alf. I hope you can go back to your childhood, whether it was My Little Ponies, the Care Bears, Thundercats, Silverhawks. What else was back then? Power Rangers, Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man. You see the new He-Man movies coming on, which we will talk about on the podcast. Make sure to tune in because we do shoot and we air stuff on Sunday, Mondays, one of those days. But I hope you can relive that. Go back to your garage or your house or your extra room or your trophy room or whatever you may have you. And I hope you have something from then that when you look at it, you're like, oh, this brings me back, which is the reason why I have my Funkos. My Funko Pops do that. It brings me back to the time of what I remember, the movie, the TV show, the time and place, the day, the date. That's what it reminds me of when I have all my Funkos, the memories. But now that I have Alpha again, I will be showing you guys this. It sounds crazy. I know we're all listening like, yo, he's wild. He's going crazy over this thing. But that's just how important it was to me in my life. But if you've never seen Alf, mind you, depending on how old you are, it's going to be a little cheesy, whatever. But if you've never seen Alf, it's on the Roku channel. Just go to the Roku channel on streaming. You go to Roku channel on .com on your PC, Mac, whatever, and then just type Alf. And then I would give it a watch. If not for you, if you have little kids, let them see it, see what they think. Because it'd be dope if we can get Alf to come back. Because the way they ended it was crazy. I'm not gonna give you the spoilers, but they ended it a shitty way. Then they waited a couple years to give us the movie for it, and I don't even think I watched the movie to be honest. But I do remember the ending. I do remember the finale, and it wasn't good. Had me crying. But needless to say, the last thing I will say about Alf before I let you go, because we do like to make these audio episodes a little quicker for you. Um, the solo ones, that is. I think this could be the reason why I grew up sarcastic. And I grew up being a sarcastic person. and loving people that are sarcastic because Alf was very sarcastic. He was definitely a smart ass. He definitely says shit to rub you the wrong way and to get a rise on out of you. And seeing how I watched that from 6 to 10 faithfully, I would pretty much say that that was subconsciously embedded in me and put and made into my DNA. But again, I don't even know if I started this episode to tell you about Alf, but it just made me remember what Alf meant to me and how much he meant to me and how he made a sad childhood at times fun and put me in a good place. But like I guess that this ain't dark because I ain't get abused nothing like that. I ain't crazy like that. But we've all, if you were in the 80s, 90s, and you know what I mean, you just had some times. But he was my friend. Damn, it's like I think that was like my imaginary friend. Like I really think that was my imaginary friend because I talked to him like legit talked to him, and I made scenarios and I made things up and I got him clothes, and I was devastated when I lost him. Whoa, it is crazy seeing like real life therapy happen in real time. It's crazy. But anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna make this long. But if you haven't seen it, please go check it out. If you have seen it and you're checking this out, whether on one of the audios or the YouTube, IG, TikTok, Twitter platforms, and please comment underneath if you've seen Alf, if you remember Alf, or if you checked him out now because of what I said. So, with that being said, like I said, all the platforms, please go follow. Um, thank you for tuning in with us. Thank you for taking us to places that we've haven't been in a while, but the gang is here. Shout out to Jess. Shout out to Rook. Shout out to DB. Shout out to my sister Bunny. We doing it. I hope you're enjoying it. The views, the ratings, it seems to be like you guys are enjoying it. Usually during the week, we do weekly news roundups of stuff we hear in the entertainment world, like movies, TV shows, actors being casted for stuff. We also do like Vault episodes in the same episode, sorry, where we'll replay something that you haven't seen in a while, like uh, Romeo and Juliet, or what's something old school that you guys might have seen. Silence of the Lambs. We've done Silence of the Lambs. We did the Django, like stuff like that, and we'll dissect it and what it was and the moments and stuff like that. And then we give you watch lists, like things we're watching now, which you should watch. And then, like I said, on the page we have our reels where we discuss what we think about shows that came out, movies that came out. It's it's just a good time. We do it all. We talk old shit, we talk new shit, we talk TVs, movies, fan casting. We're just people that love TV shows and movies and love to talk about it. So if it's a good time for y'all, that's what you guys are into, then please hit that sub, hit that follow, share us with your friends, and just enjoy every time we come on. And then whether you roll up or pour a drink, drink water, tea, whatever you do, just do it and have a good time listening to us. So I appreciate y'all. Yeet yeet. As always, same pod, same squad.
Now tuned in.
2. Geeked out. Same pod. Same squad.